Hi, Sagittarius rising sign. Here is your weekly forecast starting on the 14th of May until 19th of May. So welcome back to my channel. The heavy Taurus energy at the start of the week is hitting your sixth house, the house of work, health, and service. But that Gemini surge is moving into your seventh house. So you are moving from how do I fix my life to who am I building it with type of phase. So first up is Sun and Mercury series Atlantis all in Taurus, which is your sixth house. So this might be about you finalizing a project or you are about to start a health regime. With Atlantis here, there is a focus on the grind, basically, on the ethics of the grind. Atlantis is a warning sign, so it says that you shouldn't be ignoring your physical body. You should be actually taking care of yourself. It is not only about work. So do a bit of a physical health audit. Check that infrastructure, the blood work, the dental work, the posture. Fix the leak before there is going to be a flood, basically. That's what Atlantis is warning you about. Also, streamline your workflow. You can really use the series energy to nurture your staff or your daily schedule or even yourself. And do look at your work contracts. If you are hiring someone or you are starting a new job, check the fine print regarding your hours and so forth. Even flexibility could be a big topic for Taurus, sixth house cusp. Atlantis warns against physical burnout. So don't think you can survive on 4 hours of sleep, for example, because you are super busy. You have to find the balance here. And in the sixth house, cutting corners at work might be leading to a collapse later on. So just watch out for that too. Don't ignore the small stuff. Minor technical error could be leading to liability issues later on. Mars is making a conjunction to Chiron in your fifth house. Now, this is the house of joy, children, creative risks. So you might feel a bit of a sting of, oh, I'm not talented enough, I'm not beautiful enough. We can have a conflict with our child, we can have a conflict even with a lover as well. But you can really use this Mars energy to heal your confidence, to push past the fear of being seen as vulnerable, for example, or the fear of not putting your creative projects, for example, on a stage. If someone, especially like a romantic partner, is dampening your spark, use that courage that Mars is trying to give you to reclaim your own power. It's about you finding time to make your hobbies as well. And maybe this is about you having to take a risk. Maybe it's about you doing a high intensity workout, being part of a competitive game, so that the chironic pain somehow like escapes your body. I think watch out for defensive, aggressive type of behavior. Maybe you feel rejected. Don't lash out. Maybe you want to be pouring your energy into a creative project. Don't overtrain. Watch out for minor injuries. Make sure that you allow yourself to have fun as well. And don't suppress your inner child. If you feel like crying or laughing, do so. This is about an emotional catharsis through action with Mars and Chiron conjunction. Now, Mercury conjunct Uranus, which is happening in your seventh house. So that is about partnerships, committed partnership, business and personal as well. So there could be a shocking conversation with a partner of yours. Maybe it's a bombshell, maybe it's a brilliant idea that we are discussing. So it's all about staying open-minded. It's all about liberating yourself, potentially even from a toxic relationship. This is also could talk to you about contractual agreement. So just watch out a little bit for that because Uranus electrifies Mercury here, and then we can put the signature on something way quicker than we should. But you can really use this for collaboration, for opportunities, even to kind of become a social butterfly. Heavy fifth house, heavy seventh house. So this could even indicate new romantic interest as well. So you can really use this for going on dates. Maybe a partner will want a bit more freedom. Don't tighten the grip. Uranus is thriving on space. And maybe it's an out of the blue business opportunity, for example, or a past contact might be reaching out to you with an offer. Um, Also, we've got Mercury squaring the nodes. Nodes are in your fourth and 10th house right now. At the same time, where Mars is actually going to move into the sign of Taurus as well. So, Mercury, which is your partner, squaring the nodes, your home and your career department. So, it feels like you're negotiating between what your partner wants and what you need, or what your profession needs. So Mercury makes a trine to Pluto as well. If I'm moving a little bit forward, then you will be able to see that Mercury is going to be making the trine to Pluto. Sorry, I'm moving the hours. I'm not going to be doing that, okay? Um, but Mercury is making the trine to Pluto. So this is a powerful conversation that potentially you are having with potentially a sibling, a partner of yours. Maybe you want to be convincing of them relocating. Why? Because Mercury is squaring the North Node. This could also talk to us about, with that square to the nodes, that a partnership decision today will actually affect your career for the upcoming years. And as Mars moves into your sixth house, there was a creative fire while it was in the sign of Aries, but now it's about daily persistence. So I'm going to build something up from scratch. I'm going to build a routine. The South Node is in your 10th house. So this could even talk to you about that you are looking to do certain type of a perfect work. And maybe you need to stop worrying about what others are thinking of your work, of your partnership, of your job. And maybe this is about you having to focus on your inner foundation a little bit. Maybe with Pluto and Mercury trine, yes, it's an X-ray vision, and then you are getting out some secrets of your local community, for example. We can use it for manipulation, but we can also use it for healing as well. Even the sun is going to be moving into your seventh house, so it feels like that your social life will explode quite significantly. I think this week is a little bit about deep dive conversation about money, power, potentially with your partner. Maybe this is about you having a professional dream, but you have got a lot of stuff to do list on your, yeah, a lot to do on your list, basically. And maybe this sixth house is asking you to simplify your work routine a little bit, think slow and steady with Mars, especially moving into the sixth house. Maybe don't let a sibling or a neighbor gossip type of influence your relationship decisions. And also, you shouldn't be obsessing over, perfect communication. It's about building some very good, authentic connections with others, which feels like that you are going to be benefiting from in the upcoming month. So, because Pluto is retrograde, potentially this is a conversation that you guys already had before with those neighbors, business partners, siblings, family members, and it looks like that it's going to be a breakthrough. Remember, we had a Mercury and Pluto square a few weeks before, so maybe this is the topic that you are going to be revisiting. So good luck, Sagittarius rising, and I will see you. The other thing that comes to my mind with Mercury and the nodes, that maybe it's an offer towards a property of yours, but maybe that offer is not something that you would like to consider, for example. And maybe you are going to be having a conversation with a sibling or relatives, and they try to convince you that, yeah, we should do that. Listen to your gut feelings because North Node is in the sign of Pisces. So good luck, and I will see you in my next forecast. Take care. Bye bye.